Hello, Millie Faye here. Today I'm finally going to share with you the results of my How to Create an Artist Portfolio series, which you can find on my blog at artofmillie.ca. So we've been through all the options, all the steps you need to take. So today I just wish to show you the results. And I have used Photobook Canada to print my portfolios because as an author, illustrator, and a self-publisher, I love creating books. So for me to showcase what I'm doing, the best way to do that is by creating a hardcover, high quality book. And here we have the first portfolio. So this one is 11 by 14 in size. And this is the design I've been using for my updated branding, because it's a bit more grown up, because before I worked with children, it was lighter and brighter, had a little owl, Artemis, but this is my new design. And here, this portfolio was for the Society of Children's Books Writers and Illustrators 20th Annual Winter Conference, and they wanted us to showcase what we can do. So instead of just choosing one thing that I can do, like one genre that I can work with, I decided to showcase everything that I can do. So beyond the portfolio, I also have an illustration interview and awards and testimonials, and finally the contact page. And there's a little blurb about me. And this quality is okay. It's rather good. Here's a little welcome page I created. Let me just make sure it's visible. So if you look at it, it's fine. So for the portfolio, I kind of decided to showcase first the cover and then some of the illustrations that might go inside the book. So this is for Horsing Around, which is a book I created for children and babies. So it's a baby memory book, and this entire series began as prints, so little prints with stories that were to raise money for Children's Hospital, which I hope will do so in the future. And here is Animals in My Hair, which is the first picture book I ever published, about a little boy who goes through his first haircut to discover animals, endangered animals hiding within. And these are some of the 2-page spreads. And this one was a professional first place winner for the 2015 Art Instruction School's annual international competition. And it's related to Animals in My Hair because this was something I did after the book was published to get engagement, which was invite others to create their own animals, and then every month I would choose one of the drawings and create a drawing from, like, the inspiration from their drawing, a drawing of my own. And I really liked this one with the little fox wearing a hat. So there was a whole bunch of other stuff that you can probably see on my website that the other illustrator created, but there was a little fox with a hat, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be interesting, having, instead of a grown-up fox, I chose a little baby fox in a gigantic hat. I love foxes. And now here we have Albertan, which is from moving from the children into middle grade, which I designed covers for Peggy McAloon. And what I liked here is that I included this, how I go about creating my covers page. So not just the finished product, but the process. And there are some sketches for ideas in my upcoming book. And this one was for the French school École Napoléon, which I illustrated. I think it was my first illustration job, and actually it was my second illustration job, but I illustrated, I think, 5 volumes, so first 5 levels of the book. And here is my YA fantasy, which I hope to have published soon. Now here you can see my original cover design, which after going to this conference, I got some advice from a really great illustrator, and she helped me come up to improve on this design. So if you can see, like it's a bit gray, but it's still good quality option. And here's the interview, so with the questions, and I've also recorded this interview, which you can watch on YouTube by using those QR code links. So I do like using QR codes to lead people to the websites, because I think it's the easiest way to connect. And they are free, and I did explain in my previous posts how you can include your own QR codes. Now, of course, I wanted to show that I'm just not working all alone, but that I did work with other people, and here's some of the nice things people said about me. Just short. And then I left, because there were pages left, space for them to write comments. And finally, again, my contact information and all the copyright information. So as you can see, this was the cover. I kind of hoped that they would have a glossy cover, because the black would show up better on a glossy cover, but it was okay, and the quality of the paper is nice. I think this was just, the regular paper. But I wanted to see how it would look on a slightly bigger design. And this one is 11 by 15 inches. Now, what I did find is that I do like 11 by 14 inches. It's just fine. So from now on, that's the size that I will be using. But this is a nicer, bigger book. So I had to readjust all of my margins and reformat everything for this book. But what's different here is that I'm using their high definition paper. And I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can get this one opened. But this image on the high definition paper is, the colors are much brighter and sharper, and it just looks better. Like it's glossy, everything, like all the darks come out more. Whereas here, like next to it, like by itself it looked fine, but next to it, it looks kind of faded and grayed out. So all the pictures just look amazing. The only downside is that because it is like a photo paper, glossy, it does, I think, well, the fingerprints don't really show, so it's a bit noisy when you trim the pages. So this is the exact same portfolio, just with the high definition printing option, and the colors are way, like, look at the blacks. Like, if you compare, actually I'm going to compare it with one of my favorite illustrations, like of this is Cornelian's cottage, which is kind of a place where I would love to live, from Warriors of Virtue. So this cottage grows as it changes. So you can see here, it's like starting to grow a room. And look at that, like, it's like, this is so gray compared to, like, this is just brilliant and sharp and beautiful. And the same thing even with the colors, like, just look much better in this high definition paper. But the high definition paper is significantly more costly compared to the other option. And then after I did these portfolios, and I went to New York and had a rather interesting and somewhat disappointing time, I came up with an illustration portfolio. So the difference between these two portfolios is that this one is specific just to illustration that I kind of want to do today. And I chose, this is what they're calling a lay flat option. And what that means, is, if you can see, is that there's no seam. And I have to say, this is my favorite option. The size is 11 by 14 again, once more, beautiful size for a portfolio. But it doesn't have these creases. And this is why I was able to kind of extend my cover beyond the page, even though the art director said she didn't really like that as much. But I think it looks nice. It's better than just keeping everything on one side. A bit more interesting. And the reason she said that is because she says she doesn't want to see text being in the middle of a scene. And you can see this cover is the improved version after the winter conference. And once more, even, I think this paper comes with it. It only has like 20 pages. I think it's maximum, while this one is 40 pages. So let's go back to the first one, because the high definition paper is beautiful. But let's see, compared to, once again, colors, much better, with like their native option that you can choose. So this is definitely an excellent choice for a portfolio. So here I went, because I really want to do YA covers, so my first section is the cover. And then my project, Every Girl is a Princess, slightly specific style to it, so I wanted to showcase that. And here's the fun stuff I've been doing on Instagram, Mermaid, Myth of July. So I really like characters, so I'm showing, I hopefully show different expressions and different character ages. And finally, Animals in My Hair, which, even though it's my first book, I spent a lot of time working on it, and it does contain beautiful images. And at the end, I included once more my testimonials. So instead of having my contact information inside the book, here I have it outside, just because there's not enough pages, and I figure it's easy for people to flip and get all the information they need. And once again, the QR code is there, so they can find it online. So there you have it. In conclusion, lay flat option 11 by 14 is the best bet for creating a book with a Photobook Canada. And you can choose whatever format you want, but this is just the one that I've discovered that I prefer. And even though I have to reprint these portfolios, I cannot keep adding images to them. I kind of like to have almost a collection of my work progress throughout the years. So I can sometimes even give these away as gifts eventually if I have a few too many, like I do now. And I already gave one to my teacher. So there you have it. I hope this has been helpful. And once again, if you have any questions about anything regarding with building a portfolio or anything at all about art and anything I can help with, even with life, just feel free to contact me. You can reach me on my website or social media. I'm mostly on Instagram, but you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr. I think I pretty much have everything except Snapchat. So thank you again, and have a great day.